Hi, it's Darnell with Flavorful Recipes, and today I'm going to be making some Einkorn Light Sourdough Bread in the Zojirushi Virtuoso Plus Breadmaker. Now, when it comes to this light sourdough bread in a bread maker, if you want traditional sourdough and a traditional starter, this is not for you. This is Zojirushi's light sourdough recipe being used with einkorn flour, which is a very, very helpful grain. I recommend you look it up further. But if you want the traditional stuff, do it the traditional way. This is not it. But for you who do want to do this, the outcome is just like a sourdough bread would be. Hard exterior and an interior that's very soft and airy inside, just like a traditional sourdough bread, but done through a bread machine. And so I'm going to walk you through that process. I'm using Zojirushi's recipe, so this won't be written down, but you can get it in the cookbook for the Zojirushi Virtuoso Plus Breadmaker. It comes with the product. And so you'll see like referral links and stuff in the video description if you're interested. But let's get cooking right now. And so the first ingredient is 360 milliliters of water. So just pour that in. Make sure that your paddles inside of the baking pan are in the same direction before you start. That does help to get a more even loaf on a more consistent basis. My next ingredient is 2 cups of einkorn flour, and so I'm just going to pour that in. And you do have to do the ingredients in order. For the einkorn flour, I'm using this jovial organic einkorn flour, and I found that it works out really well. And einkorn flour is thinner than like whole wheat flour and such, so the loaf is going to come out a bit lower than it would with some other types of flours. I don't use anything like barley malt flour to try and make the loaf come up a bit higher, because then it will be like very thin. So like I said, this jovial einkorn flour is the one that I really like myself as far as einkorn flour goes. And it's super helpful, and I do recommend that you look it up. And before adding the final ingredient, because this is a bread machine, this is not, as I said, this is not the traditional sourdough stuff. So you make a well, using a knife, make a little well in there for your yeast. 2 teaspoons of fast-acting or bread machine yeast. And so you put that in there, and that's the only thing you want to use for making things rise. As I said, adding anything else is going to give you too high of a loaf. And so those are all the ingredients you put in for this starter, for this einkorn light sourdough. Alright, so now for the settings, I'm going up to course number 12. And now that I'm at course 12, it shows me the time that it thinks that this sourdough starter portion, or light sourdough starter portion, and that's the name used for this by Zojirushi because it's not using the traditional starter. And so now with it on option 12, we just hit start, and we'll just let things run, and I'll bring you back when the starter's done to show you the next steps. Okay, so the starter phase is complete, and so with that, I just hit the cancel button. And you always want to get things going for the actual bread loaf as soon as the starter phase is finished. You don't want to have a lot of time between when the starter phase finishes and when you get in here. So just opening up, we see the starters in there. You don't want to go like touching that or anything like that. But now we're going to put in the bread ingredients, and you need to do these in order. First is 2½ tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And so I'm just going to pour a little on each side, like that. And next is 1½ tablespoons of lemon juice. So just pouring that over there like that. Next is 3 cups of the einkorn flour. So basically there's a total of 5 einkorn flours that go into this, 2 in the starter, and then 3 in the bread making phase. Next, you need 2 tablespoons of a granulated sweetener. I'm using organic monk fruit extract powder, so I don't need as much. So I'm just going to use 3/4 of a teaspoon, and just going to put that over here on the sides And the reason why I use the sides is because I don't want to disturb that middle. Next is 1.5 tablespoons of salt. I prefer all natural sea salt, but you can use whatever salt you prefer. And now why I didn't want to disturb that middle is because, again, we need to make a well in the middle, and we need to use 2 more teaspoons of dry active yeast, or you could use like bread machine yeast, either or. So everything is in there now, and we close up. And now to make the bread, I'm going to go to course number 1. So now I'm on course 1. I've got medium crust. It's showing me the time that it anticipates things to be done. At this point, if you needed to like add time or something, you could add time through the time settings. You can see my full review of this bread machine where I show you how to do all types of things with it. And also here on the channel, there are well over 1,000 videos covering well over 120 different types of countertop cookers, including a couple bread machines, a lot of work with this one in particular. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and I'll bring you back when the bread loaf is done. Alright, so the bread has finished cooking, so I'm going to go ahead and get it out of here. And keep in mind, as I said, and I'm just hitting the cancel button to try and stop the thing, because it's already done. Just turn it off. Wow, kind of hot getting this thing off, even heat resistant gloves. As I mentioned, the loaf is going to be smaller than you would get from other types of bread. It's kind of hanging in there. It came out. So let me flip the loaf over. And you see it's got like these, I call them chips, but like this kind of hard crust kind of leaves these kind of edges on it. Okay, with the bread machine out of the way, able to give a closer up view. But now you can see, you know, kind of like these edges that kind of stick up. And they're hard, so I kind of like them kind of like chips. So I'm just going to take one off and enjoy it. See that there? They're very crunchy and tasty. I'll take another one here. So you kind of get bread and you get chips. But I want to give these, well, give this about an hour to cool down. It's much easier to slice when it's cooled down. And the slices will kind of fold in more if you try and cut bread when it's very, very warm. Even though it tastes very good when it's warm. I'm going to wait and bring it back for the slicing. There might be a few less of these chips on the edges when I bring you back. Alright, so the loaf has had a good while to cool down, actually more than an hour, but that's how things go sometimes. So now I'm going to put it into my slicer here. Just helps me to slice even slices. So I'm going to go ahead and just start slicing things up real quick. Alright, so all the slices have been sliced up. So now I'm just going to use the plate that has a few extra chips on it to have this nice big end cut for a quick taste test. So thank God for this bread. It's time to take a taste. Okay, if you're going to eat bread on camera, have some water handy so, you know, you can get it down easier. But it turned out great, and it always does. It's got the hard exterior, soft interior, showed you the bubbles there in the bread. And so it turns out like a sourdough bread, but it is like a cheater sourdough bread. But all the same, if you want it from a bread machine, this is what you got to do. And so basically, it turns out well. Einkorn flour, great flour. I can't express enough how you should research that. get into it. I don't hear enough people talking about einkorn flour, and more people need to get into that. So now you know how to make this bread in the Zojirushi Virtuoso Plus Breadmaker. And so I hope that you did enjoy this video. And there's lots of ways in the video description to help the channel, such as my cookbook, merch, membership, donations, links to a lot of shops that you know well. Also, I want to thank all of you who do watch the ads here on YouTube. I do appreciate that. And also, there are a lot of other ways to help the channel, such as the thanks button, super thanks. You can do that. Also, there's Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description as well. Also, you can always check out my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com. Again, that's superwaveovenrecipes.com. And there are free ways to help the channel. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can also use the hype button. Hit the hype button up to 3 times to help promote this video to more people. Also, you can share this video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification icon, and good eating.